What's up? This is the Violent Casket, home to the lamest taste. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. All one word, the Violent Casket. We subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell for much, much more. We are doing a recap of all the books that I read in the year of 2024. I read 10 books this year, not including any of my comics, not including any manga, but all kind of in the realm of like fantasy. And yeah, this was a year I really pushed myself to read a lot. I feel like I didn't really read as much as I wanted to last year. I think I read like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 books last year. This was like a big push for me, and I'm hoping to hit more. So starting off the year, I started off the year with reading, which one was it? Yeah, I think it was this. So it was, I'm pretty sure it was Hellbent. This is the sequel to Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. And I love Ninth House. You can check out my review on there. I loved it. I love this book. I know Apple or Hulu, Amazon, someone has the rights to make that book and this book into a show, and has been working on it, but it hasn't been done yet. And I want it. I need it. I want it so badly. So I started off the year with reading Hellbent. Incredible book. Check out my review on it. Amazing. I had a bunch of fun with this. I can't wait for the 3rd book to come out. And then I went and I finally got through Holly Black's The Stolen Heir. Really love this book. It is a duology connected to her was it Folk of the Air trilogy. Really cool. Yeah, it's the Modern Fairy Tale trilogy, then it's the Folk of the Air trilogy, and then it's this Stolen Heir duology, which I haven't read the 2nd book yet, and it's on my TBR for this year. Really love it. Really a huge fan of Holly Black. I really wish I could have read more of her this year. I have plans. I have ideas. Another video coming soon. But I love the Stolen Heir. I love the whole series of everything. You check out my reviews on all that. It's all on this channel. So this is the 2nd book I read of the year. So following that, I got obsessed with Leigh Bardugo. If you followed my reviews and everything in 2023, you know I found Ninth House and I was obsessed. After finishing Ninth House, I went straight into this, and I loved this so much. I wanted more of her writing, of everything. I knew that there was a show on Netflix of a series that she did that everyone was talking about. I knew it was supposed to be really good. So I tried to watch a little of it. It was interesting, but I just couldn't hook myself, right? I just couldn't get hooked. That is a series based off of Shadow Bone, which is a trilogy. I accidentally went to the store and I found this book, read the back of it, and loved it. I was like, this is going to be sick. And like, I did a little bit of research, but clearly not enough. And I thought that this was in the same universe, but a standalone. It was like a duology. I knew it had a sequel to itself, but I thought that it stood alone. Well, it didn't. Or I thought it was enough in the future that it wouldn't matter if I didn't read the other stuff. As long as I had a basic understanding, it would let me know. That was wrong. Check out my review. That was wrong. It is very deeply connected and in time with everything. But it was a good read. I read it standalone without reading everything else, completely out of order, and I loved this book. It was very good. The characters were great. It did enough of like kind of explaining what had happened to get everyone where they were or how they were without really spoiling too much. And I really enjoyed this book. But then I said, okay, I got to actually do it right. So then I read all 3 of the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I read Shadow and Bone, I read Siege and Storm, and then I read Ruin and Rise. And you can see that I destroyed Ruin and Rise. The spine here is messed the heck up. I read the heck out of this. So I had a blast reading this trilogy. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. It was really good. I still believed at this time that this was better. So then I was like, okay, let me read the first duology that comes before this. So I read Six of Crows. This book was so good. It was everything that I loved about this fantasy world and the magic and the systems that I've been falling in love with. But it was a prison break book. I was like, what? Like, this is dead ass a prison break book set in this fantasy warring realm world. Insane. So I love this. So now I'm like, okay, I love the duologies. I love the trilogies. Tried to watch the show again. I haven't really. I watched the first season. I haven't watched the second season. And when I finished this, I was going to go back and I couldn't because I heard it got canceled. And then I'm like, this is not the same thing. Eventually I will. So my issue is now I have the second book in here and the second book in here, right? I get distracted. I'm still distracted because me and my friend who I'm tandem reading with got obsessed with another author. I suggested that we eventually get into this. I finished this book. I went on my trip to Disney. I was going to start Holly Black's Book of Night and just didn't. It didn't click. I ended up watching Karate Kid instead on the plane. But when I got back, he was like, oh, let's start it. So I jumped into this with 3 months left in the year, read all 3 of these books. You can check out all the reviews on this channel. They're all recent. They're all there. And I fell in love. I fell in love with Brandon Sanderson. It has ruined my desire to read any of the stuff connected to these other books. I have the sequel to this. Haven't read it. I have the sequels to these. I haven't read it. Yeah, I got to get back into that. There's another video coming out on this channel soon. You can tune into it. It's going to be all the books on my TBR that I'm hoping to try to get through this year, not including all the Brandon Sanderson stuff. We're going to be taking breaks and stuff. So in those breaks, I'm hoping to get other stuff done. Already tried. After I finished this, I was like, oh, I'll hop into one of this. Nope, I'm reading Elantris. That was a mistake. I love it, but I should have really forced myself to read one of these. But yeah, that is everything I've read this year. Well, last year, everything I read in 2024. So, as always, I will do my darndest to do a cool thumbnail, maybe. And people are probably going to comment, oh, why'd you read the duologies out of order? You didn't finish the duologies, moving into the next duology. I don't know what I'm doing. I got no clue what I'm doing. I'm just reading. Check out all the reviews. Every single one of these has a review on this channel. Every single one has a review in this playlist. Oh, I hit the mic. Wait, I gotta play thumbnails. Hopefully that did something. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's everything I read in the year of 2024. Hopefully I can get to 15 or 20 books for 2025. Elantris will be the first book, and hopefully we continue on that trend. Thank you guys so much. This is The Vinyl Casket, home to lamest taste. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. Where you subscribe, like, and comment, hit the bell for much, much more. Do me a massive favor and stay lame.